Brisbane is the capital and largest city of the state of Queensland, and the third most populous city in Australia. And in the sunny suburbs of this city lived a boy named Max Tucker. Now, Max wasn't just any boy. He was the kind of kid who could turn absolutely anything into an adventure. Brushing his teeth? That was Operation Tooth Rescue. Taking the rubbish out? Obviously, that was Bin Monster Patrol. His imagination was bigger than a crocodile in the outback. But Max had one teeny, tiny, not-so-little problem. He never, ever listened to his mom's advice. It wasn't that he didn't hear her. Oh, he heard every single word loud and clear. He just thought, well, he knew better. And why not? In Max's mind, he was a world-class expert in everything from lizard racing to surviving in the wild. One bright Saturday morning, Max's mom called out from the kitchen, her voice carrying that "This is important" tone. "Max, remember, don't go past the back fence today. There's a wild kangaroo mom with her Joey hanging around. They can get cranky if you get too close." Max was sprawled on the couch, hair sticking up like he'd been caught in a mini tornado, happily munching on a popsicle. He gave a casual shout back. "Got it, Mom." Now to a normal person, "got it" means "I understand and will obey." But to Max it meant, "I understand, but I'll probably do it anyway." He popped out his chest and thought to himself, "Kangaroos? Cranky? I'm basically an animal expert. I watched a whole YouTube video on kangaroo boxing just last week. Besides, I'm faster than any old Roo. How bad could it be?" An hour later, while Mom was busy hanging laundry outside, Max slipped quietly into his bedroom. From under his bed, he pulled out his explorer's kit, a pair of binoculars, a half-squashed peanut butter sandwich wrapped in cling film, and his precious notebook titled Max's Awesome Animal Adventures in big, bold letters. To Max, this wasn't disobeying. Oh no! This was scientific research, important fieldwork, a mission of discovery. He tiptoed out into the backyard, crept past the garden, and approached the back fence. With the skill of a master ninja, well, a ninja wearing a bright red t-shirt that said, "Kangaroos rule," in massive letters, he hopped over the fence and landed with a little thud. Beyond the fence stretched a wide grassy field dotted with gum trees swaying lazily in the breeze. And then, there she was. A tall, muscular kangaroo mom stood in the middle of the field, looking like the queen of her own wild kingdom. In her pouch, a small Joey peeked out, blinking its big, curious eyes at the world. Max crouched low and whispered to himself, "Bingo! I'll call her Queen Jump-A-Lot, and the baby can be Sir Boingy." He flipped open his notebook and scribbled, "Mission, approach roost. Goal, friendship. Risk, 0. Coolness, off the charts." Slowly, he inched forward, holding out his peanut butter sandwich like a peace offering. "Here you go, Queen Jump-A-Lot," he murmured. "No strings attached. You're gonna love this. Best sandwich in Queensland." But Queen Jump-A-Lot didn't sniff the sandwich. She didn't hop forward to accept Max's generous gift. No, she just stared. Her ears twitched like little radar dishes. Her tail tapped the ground like a slow drumbeat. And if you speak fluent kangaroo, which Max did not, that meant, "Boy, what's this little human up to?" Sir Boingy tilted his head, looking as cute as could be. Max grinned. "See? He likes me." And then, boom, Queen Jump-A-Lot took a giant hop straight toward him. What happened next could have been straight out of a Saturday morning cartoon. Max spun around and ran. Queen Jump-A-Lot bounded after him. Max zigzagged like a lizard on hot sand. The kangaroo zigzagged faster. Max tripped over his own shoelace. Queen Jumpalot leaped right over him like she was competing in the Kangaroo Olympics. "What?" Max yelped, scrambling back to his feet, clutching his sandwich like it was priceless treasure. He charged for the fence, his heart pounding like a drum. With a desperate leap, he dove over the fence. Crash! Straight into Mum's prized garden gnome collection. The gnomes did not survive gracefully. The screen door creaked open. Out stepped Mum, holding a laundry basket. Her eyebrows were raised in that very specific way only mums can manage. A look that was half worry, half, "I told you so," and 100% powerful enough to make any kid instantly regret their life choices. Helped him up and marched him inside. She sat him at the kitchen table and placed a mug of hot chocolate in front of him. The smell of chocolate swirled up, warm and comforting. "Max," she began, "rules aren't made to spoil your fun. They're there to keep you safe. I grew up around kangaroos, and I know when they can be dangerous." Max stared down into his mug, watching little bubbles pop on the surface. "I thought rules were just boring adult stuff," he said, "but I guess they're like secret safety codes." Mom's expression softened into a smile. "Exactly. And listening to advice isn't about obeying orders. It's about trusting that someone's looking out for you." Max nodded slowly. Maybe, just maybe, she had a point. The very next weekend, while walking past the community notice board, Max spotted a big, bright poster. It read, "Wildlife Safety Workshop. Meet a real kangaroo." He practically sprinted home, bursting through the front door. "Mom, can we go?" Mom chuckled and agreed. That Saturday, they headed to the workshop together. Max sat right in the front row, notebook ready, eyes as wide as saucers. The wildlife ranger stepped up with a friendly-looking kangaroo named Daisy. She hopped around calmly, clearly used to human company. When it came time for questions, Max shot his hand into the air. "Do kangaroos like peanut butter sandwiches?" he asked. The ranger laughed. "Not really, mate. But they do like humans who give them space." And that was it. That was the day Max, the fearless Aussie kangaroo chaser, finally realized something very important. Listening to advice isn't boring, it's smart. From then on, Max still had plenty of wild adventures. But now, before he charged headfirst into something, he remembered Mom's words. Rules weren't prison bars. They were like an invisible safety net, ready to catch you before you tumbled into trouble. When your parents give you advice or set rules, it's not to ruin your fun. It's to keep you safe, help you learn, and make sure your adventures have happy endings.